What's up YouTube, Zero here. Welcome to the place where gamers, witches, wizards, and superheroes unite. And today, you're gonna learn why you don't go just randomly walking through sewers. In Tales of Arise, that's right, we're going to be taking on the Ooze Hive, which is a boss battle in Tales of Arise. In this video, again, you're gonna learn why you don't walk through sewers just randomly with your friends. And I'm going to give you some simple tips and tricks as to how to more easily defeat the Ooze Hive, because it can be a pain in the ass to defeat. Definitely took me a few tries, and you'll see in this video I did have to use a couple of life bottles to heal myself. But before we get into this video, I do want to say that if you do enjoy this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Tales of Arise content. I do a bunch of other video game videos and mystery box unboxing videos, so feel free to check those out as well. After this video, thank you so much in advance for clicking that subscribe button. It really does help out me and my channel. But without further ado, let's defeat the Ooze Hive. We've already taken a chunk away from his life, so that is absolutely fantastic. And since he just decided to jump up in a random fashion, let's talk about his jumping first. Now, he's going to jump a lot. There are times when you're going to think you dodged him when he falls on you that the game's going to say you didn't. There are going to be times when you don't think you dodged him and the game's going to say you did. So what you want to do is you want to, if you are underneath him, wait until he's coming down and about to land on you. That's when you want to dodge. If you dodge immediately after he jumps, you're not going to avoid him. He is a big body. And the reason why I say this is because later in the battle, he jumps almost across the map. You want to wait until he is almost immediately on top of you, then dodge, and even if you're underneath him, the game is still going to say that you got the perfect dodge, or at least that you dodged anyway. If you dodge as soon as he jumps, especially when he's across the map, when he starts getting that range jump, you're not going to be able to avoid him, and he's going to land on you, and his fat ass can do a lot of damage. Now let's talk about those minions, because there are 3 of them on the battlefield, and I want to discuss them and how you can more easily avoid their casting abilities and attacks. So you learn in this battle that, or at least earlier on, that Rinwell can break enemy casting. Now you may be tempted to use that immediately when you see an enemy start casting. I implore you to not do this, especially with the smaller enemies. Now, the smaller enemies, you can attack and break their casting if you didn't already know that. And I want you to be aware of that. And the reason why I say that is because if you see a smaller enemy casting and no other enemies are casting, you should take your character, if you're playing as Alfin, I am, take Alfin and hit that character and break their cast. Don't waste Rinwell's ability to break casting until multiple enemies are casting, because when multiple enemies are casting, you're not going to be able, with Alfin, to break multiple at once. So let Rinwell do that for you when you see that multiple enemies are casting. If you only see one, utilize Alfin. And you can see there that I was actually able to perfect dodge. Remember, I was talking earlier about being able to perfect dodge even though you're right underneath the big Ooze Hive. So, another tip, and this is going to be different from a lot of probably what a lot of you typically do, because I don't really like it either. But don't shy away from Alfin's fire sword. Yes, I know. The fire sword, it does damage to yourself. But you can see it's hitting his weakness. It's doing a lot of damage to the Ooze Hive. He's weak to it. He's weak to your fire sword. So don't fear your fire sword. Yes, it's going to hurt you a little bit, but what you want to do is you want to make sure Xion is set. You want your strategy for the team to be focused on healing. Make sure you're doing that. That's how this was in this battle for me. I made sure that Xion was focused on healing. And yes, while unfortunately I was doing damage to myself, I was doing a massive amount of damage to the Ooze Hive. So I recommend utilizing at least the fire move you automatically unlock in this game, because it can deal a massive amount of damage to the Ooze Hive. Now, if you've watched some of my videos before, you will have seen me using Demon Fang a lot. That's going to be no different than in this battle. Demon Fang deals a lot of damage, and it can really help you out when the Ooze Hive is spewing toxic, because as you can see throughout this video, the Ooze Hive has been spewing toxic. It allows me to get that range damage. So don't fear utilizing Demon Fang. Now, if the enemies do get off their casts, as you saw there, unfortunately they got off their casts. I have to use a life bottle on myself. They're putting up water from the ground. Make sure you're timing that correctly. Once you see the water starting to come up, that's when you want to dodge. And it's going to come up multiple times. It's not just going to do it once, it's going to do multiple times, so you're going to have to dodge multiple times. Again, like with the Ooze Hive's jump, if you dodge too early, you're going to get caught in it. And unfortunately, once you're caught in it, it's going to do a lot of damage to yourself. So be aware of that. Now, the Ooze Hive also yells and will stun you. Honestly, that's not the worst thing in the world, because what I found is if I've been stunned by the Ooze Hive and I'm far enough away from him, I'm going to recover. I'm going to be able to move again before he's able to hit me. So it's not too big a deal. So as you can see, unfortunately, Rinwell didn't have her special ability, and some of those minions were about to cast. So I just used Xion's special ability to try and break them. And again, you can see that casting ability, them spewing up that water from the ground, and then the Ooze Hive jumping on me. Now, hopefully these tips and tricks are able to help you defeat the Ooze Hive. I would always recommend having at least a few life bottles, just in case it does really save you in a pinch. It allows you to mess up a few times. You can see in this video, I absolutely messed up 1 or 2 times. I got caught underneath the Ooze Hive. I allowed some of these enemies to cast, and it did do a significant amount of damage to me. But I am, for those of you who don't know, I am playing on one of the harder difficulties. I think it's moderate. It's the one right below the hardest difficulty, whatever that is. I'm pretty sure they call it moderate. But use some life bottles if you need to. Always have spares just in case. But hopefully these tips and tricks help you defeat the Ooze Hive. We are coming down to the end of the video. Let me know in the comments section if you've taken on the Ooze Hive and how hard it was for you. Did you breeze through it, or did it take you a few tries like me? What are you thinking of Tales of Arise so far? Let me know in the comments section. Anything Tales of Arise, let's talk about in the comments section. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time, peace.